Hey, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with the latest look at your forecast. It was a warm day yesterday with highs in the mid-80s for most spots. We'll be cooler today. There is going to be more clouds than expected from yesterday. I thought we would get at least a little bit more sun, but latest computer models are keeping the clouds in a little bit longer. So I have dropped our temperatures more in the 70s for today, none of the low 80s that we were thinking we were going to get yesterday. So that cloud cover will keep us on the cooler side. We are still keeping an eye on a chance for some storms later on today. We did have a little bit of rain from overnight that should dissipate as the sun comes up. So I am expecting mostly dry conditions until about 3-4 o'clock. I can see 4 o'clock, we do start to get a little bit of clearing, and then we start to initiate some storms in our western communities around 4 or 5 o'clock. So this is still subject to change, so keep checking back in throughout the day today for updates on social media, WIBW weather app, the future newscast, so just something to be aware of. As we head into the evening hours, you'll notice that a lot of the storms will be very hit and miss and really diminish by 11 o'clock. So it's not going to be a widespread event. It's not going to be a long-lasting event, but the times that we have the storms in the area, even the isolated activity, it could be severe. So just something to consider. And then after starting out with a little bit of sun early Friday morning, we'll have quite a bit of cloud cover moving back in for the afternoon. All right, rainfall wise, that's what this computer model is saying that I just showed you. Just a very narrow band of some locally heavier downpours possible. Otherwise, you can see what some of the other computer models are indicating right now. I think the European model, which would be the top right, the ECMWF, looks to probably line up to what I think could potentially happen. A little bit heavier rain in our northwestern communities and then weakening as it continues to progress to the east. Obviously, we'll continue to watch that just in case, but don't expect much. It is our only chance of rain for a while, but don't expect much as far as the rainfall is concerned, unfortunately. Now, the severe weather outlook does look to remain up in our northern communities in that yellow, the slight risk. While all hazards are possible, hail and wind will remain the threat to watch out for, but just be aware, especially late this afternoon into early this evening. Once we get rid of this severe weather activity, wind will continue to be the primary focus, and wind will be a primary threat today. Southerly winds gusting around 40 to potentially 45 miles per hour. Would not be surprised if there is a wind advisory, at least for a portion of northeast Kansas, not only today, but potentially tomorrow as well. The winds actually diminish a little bit, relatively speaking, for tonight, but then pick back up again out of the west-northwest late tomorrow afternoon and evening, with gusts getting back up close to 35-40 miles per hour. That'll help to usher in some cool temperatures, and mostly in the 50s for highs. So be ready for that for the end of the work week. How about the weekend? The winds continue to stay strong Friday night. It actually does diminish a little bit during the day Saturday, more in the 20 to 30 mile per hour range. And then for Saturday night and Sunday, we'll continue to get these winds gradually weakening as the storm system continues to push away from us, as temperatures remain chilly throughout the weekend as well, with highs mainly in the 50s and some low 60s possible. We have that partial solar eclipse on Saturday. So let's look at this on the map here. Let's take a look at the legend. You want to be in the white. White means good visibility. Poor is the dark. That's where the clouds are. So it's counterintuitive to what we typically see with our supercast with what clouds are. But this graphic is kind of the opposite. So just keep that in mind as we go through the day on Saturday, and you'll notice that we are going to be looking at, I'm not sure why the clouds aren't moving, but you can see that 1148 is what we're looking at as far as the maximum eclipse here in northeast Kansas and around the Topeka area. It's not looking good to be able to see it. First and foremost, please make sure you have protective eyewear. Do not look at this if you don't have proper eyewear, even if it's cloudy. Do not look at it. You will do permanent damage to your eyes. And that'll start to wind down in the early afternoon hours. So it does happen a little bit before noon for the maximum eclipse. If you look between 11 and 1 o'clock, you might be able to see at least something. But you probably won't because of clouds. So if we had clear skies, that's about the time frame 11 to 1 where you would be able to see at least something. But you're probably not going to see anything at all because of clouds, unfortunately. Temperatures remain chilly. It does start to get a little bit warmer Tuesday through Thursday in the mid 60s, and we will have an opportunity for rain potentially Wednesday into Wednesday night. Just to give you an idea of what the extended outlooks are looking like, I just downloaded this graphic yesterday. It's a pretty cool graphic and breaking down the extended outlooks across the country and what we are looking at as far as the breakdown. And if you're wanting rainfall, it's not looking good. It is not looking good in the extended outlook for rainfall. I'm just the messenger, guys. I don't pick what weather we have. But if you're wanting some decent rainfall, let's hope for something tonight. We got a little bit last night, which was a little bit unexpected. It wasn't a lot, but it was something. But we're really not looking at a whole lot of significant rainfall anytime soon, at least in the extended outlook. For the most part, it does remain near or above average. Obviously, we're going to be below average beginning tomorrow and lasting through early next week. And then it does start to get a little bit more seasonal. But it does look like it warms up just a little bit as we head towards the end of next week, possibly into the weekend. So that's good news if you want the warmer weather to return just in time for the weekend. But obviously, we'll continue to take it on a day-by-day basis. First and foremost, the question will be on the severe weather risk and the rainfall, especially later on today into tonight. So keep checking back in for updates on that. In the meantime, have a great day and watch out for those winds.